This message is just for you. You are good enough. This is the episode for you. We all want to learn a language around here, but how are you going to know that you've made it? How do you know what you're working towards? Sometimes it's really easy to get swept up by the enormity of the goal of just language learning. And we don't even know what it's going to look like when we actually make it. Because with so many of the goals that we have, they don't have a ready-made, predefined endpoint. You know, it's easy when our goal is to get our degree or pass our driving test to know the exact moment when it's happened, when we've got the certificate in our hand on results day, or when we've got our license. But for learning a language, it's just not that simple. There will never be a point where we cross some kind of finish line and just know Spanish now. And so we have to set our own. It's immensely exciting. If you go out into the language community and you ask people what they're working towards, you'll get a huge variety of answers. But, you know, we also have to set our own, and that comes with its own challenges. A lot of the time, when we think about our goal, our brain naturally goes to the idea of SMART goals because people are always talking about them. This idea that goals need to be specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. And that makes a lot of sense. We need to know exactly what the goal is. We need some metrics to know that we're progressing towards it. We need to know it's possible. We need it to fit in with our wider body of work, and we can't let it go on forever. But SMART goals alone are often not enough. Why? Because they're often boring. Quite often they separate themselves from the motivation and the inspiration that made you make them in the first place. So within a really short time, those SMART goals can start to feel clinical and sterile and removed from the super colourful, fuzzy, tingly images that we have in our heads of our big goals and our big dreams. Basically, SMART goals are not so smart if we stop caring about them. And that is why we have to do everything we can to remember why we started. That is the single biggest defense against getting bogged down with all the little tasks and all the little decisions, and to stop it from feeling so heavy. Because underneath all the details, you know who you are, and you know what you want to do, and you know how this language can help you get there. And that is what matters. So for all the times you start to doubt that, you need a picture in your head that reminds you what it's all for. You need to write it down and imagine it in the finest, most colourful, most vibrant detail that you can. Because that is what helps you to see through the fog. So here's an example. You're learning English so that you can go and study engineering at a top Canadian university. And that is a lot more reasons than just to study at a foreign university as a fact, because very quickly you'll get used to hearing that and its power will fade away as a motivator. So what we need to do is take the image of that and make it as three-dimensional as possible. And we need to keep it alive and stoked. So take some time on this. Google image the campus. Write down exactly what it is that you want to study there. Look up the people that are there and why they made you so excited, why you want to study with them, be tutored by them. Look at the campus and think, I want to sit under that tree and eat my lunch while I revise for my exams. Look at the monuments in the Canadian city. Pinterest the clothes that you're going to wear in that new climate. Think about the sorts of students that you'd be surrounded by, the research that the tutors and the professors are undertaking that so inspires you. Focus on why that university course, why that subject lights you up. Why is it that that university's reputation has attracted you over all the other universities? So don't just make your reason a simple statement. Bring it to life with all of your senses and then preserve that. Save the videos, pin up the photos somewhere where you can see them when you're studying. Because when those voices come in that say, I don't know why you're doing this is stupid, you're not getting anywhere, it's all pointless, those are all the reasons why, with all your senses. That is what you're building these skills for. That is what you're feeling all this discomfort and uncertainty for. But it's also what you're building yourself up for. So never let yourself forget the reasons why you're doing this. When you've got reasons, the discomfort is tinged with a bit more joy. The uncertainty feels just a little bit more exciting and the frustration feels a bit more purposeful. But it's not all about managing the hard times. The joy feels more joyful, the interesting things feel more meaningful. And you feel like you aren't just growing into a skill, which is already fantastic, but you're growing into a person that you want to be. The thing with languages is they are a long-term goal. They're an achievement that will take a while to get. And you can do this, and this isn't beyond your capabilities. The time you're spending on it is time well spent, but you need things around you to remind you of that, to help you to keep the faith, and to remind you that yes, you will get there, but also what you're getting to is really, really worth it. And if you would like some encouragement while you study your language, I would love to invite you to join us every week and co-work and co-study with us and my Patreon community. We also have a monthly meetup to get together just socially and chat about language, productivity, and the world. And we also have a monthly Q&A where if you have any questions about language learning, about general productivity or creativity, you can get personalized advice from me. And there is even the possibility to get a coaching call one-to-one with me. So check it out, the link is in the description below, and I would love it if you could come and join me. Have a wonderful day, and I will see you back here tomorrow.